Okay, hello everyone and welcome to the Westchester Green Business Challenge webinar series. My name is Scott Fernquist. I'm the Special Assistant to the CIO for Westchester County and one of the organizers of the WGBC program, along with Neil Cutler of Synergist Zero Waste Group and Danny Glazer of Green Team Spirit. The purpose of our webinar series is to engage current and future members on a variety of topics that will help advance sustainability efforts in the Westchester County business community. Today's topic is called Social Media and the Westchester Green Business Challenge. Whether your company is already using social media or not, today's webinar will discuss the benefits of doing so and provide some great tips to grow and engage your customer base. We'll also discuss how to use the WGBC social media channels to collaborate with others to share best practices, find vendors, announce upcoming events, and help to support and grow each other's businesses. We ask that you please submit your questions in the question box during the webinar, and we will try to answer as many as possible on this call, and if not, we will get back to you after the presentation. The webinar will be recorded and posted on the WGBC website. Just briefly, the WGBC program is designed to help all 35,000 Westchester County businesses go green. It is a public-private partnership between Westchester County government and the Business Council of Westchester. It is free and helps businesses save money, improve the environment, and promote your success. So you can learn all about our program on the website www.westchestergreenbusinesschallenge.org. We are very grateful to our sponsors. Con Edison is our platinum level sponsor. Pernod Ricard USA and Rexon SL Green are both bronze level sponsors. So now it gives me great pleasure to introduce our presenters for today. Brittany Oates-Sarah is the social media community manager for Team Detroit, one of the top 10 advertising and marketing firms in the United States. Brittany is also the former director of communications for the Business Council of Westchester. She's a social media consultant and public relations strategist. Brittany has developed and executed winning marketing strategies for both large and small brands. Brittany is known for her unique ability to integrate the latest technology into cohesive and successful campaigns with measurable results. In addition, Brittany has created edgy viral video campaigns, shooting, editing, and scripting the videos herself to complement larger marketing programs. Next is Danny Glazer, who's the CEO and founder of Green Team Spirit. Her company works with businesses and governments to measure and improve their environmental impact, reduce costs, and create a healthier workplace. The heart of the program is based on teamwork where staff is trained to be part of the solution. She recently launched Shop Green Team Spirit, offering her proprietary information products online. Along with partners Neil Cutler and Scott Fernquist, Danny is one of the creators and administrators of the Westchester Green Business Challenge. So Brittany is going to start us off, so I'm going to pass it over to her. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Scott. So Danny, if you can go ahead and flip through the slides for me to the Are You In slide. I just want everyone to take a minute to think about these questions. How many of you are on the top social media channels like Facebook, like Twitter, like LinkedIn, and YouTube? And how much time a day are you actually delegating to social media? Another good question to ask yourself is how much time would you like to be spending on social media? And what I'm always really curious about is how many benefits are you seeing of social media? I think a lot of people don't really see the benefit. So that's why I want to quickly show this video to everyone. It's called Social Media Revolution 2012. There's a lot of great data in it that I really think will change your mind about social media and its value. video, and I think it really does give you a better sense of exactly why we need to be in social media. There's so many strong statistics, so much strong backup supporting why it's important. So we're going to go to the next slide, which is choose your platform. My best piece of advice can be to just start with a few channels and slowly add one on and then the next one on. My suggestion would be to start with Twitter and Facebook, and then from there add YouTube, because as you saw in that video, it is the second largest search engine. And then from there, kind of see what's right for you. You should definitely be using LinkedIn. Pinterest is important if you have a visual story to tell. So just, take it one at a time and go with your strengths. You also should do some research to find out where your loyalists are, where your demographic is, because those are the people that you're going to be wanting to cater to. And I always say just dive right in. A lot of people are hesitant and scared, but you can't really mess up in social media. Most of it's free, and it's all about trial and error. The next thing that you need to do is you need to create a cohesive strategy. Without a cohesive strategy across all of your social media platforms, you won't succeed. I want to click on this link right here for Bright Energy Services, who is one of our Green Business Challenge participants. And I want to show you how you can even see in their website, which is almost being considered traditional media nowadays with all of the social media channels out there. They have links to their social media channels. And if you click on their Facebook channel, for example, if you click on the link there, you can see that it takes you right to their Facebook page, which again has their logo there in the top left-hand corner, and just another example of how they are creating a cohesive strategy. But here I would suggest also adding a timeline photo. That's the long photo that goes behind the profile photo and across the top of the Facebook page. That would be another way to bring in some cohesive strategy to their Facebook page. You also need to consider, again, your audience. What tactics make sense for the audience that you're targeting? What type of content do they like? You can check your analytics and keep an eye on what kind of content they're responding to and kind of stick with that once you get your good feedback. And also have a voice that you're speaking with. When you're on Facebook, you should have a certain voice that you're using. When you're on Twitter, another voice. People should be able to relate to it, and they should have that consistency every time they come there. We're going to flip to the next slide now, and this is about, again, creating a strategy. I want to quickly take you to the Green Guru Network's Facebook page. We'll go ahead and we'll click on that. And you can see, again, they've done a really nice job.
Brittany, hold on. Brittany, can you hear me? All right, hold on one second, because I don't have them linked. Let me just see.
Okay, no worry. I can just explain it. Basically, you can see there, looking at the image on the PowerPoint, that they're, you're using this timeline image that has the sky and the clouds. It kind of fits into their theme that they're doing there. So again, when you're designing your Twitter pages and your Facebook pages, keep imagery in mind. It's really important to have that cohesive look across platforms. And also, make sure that your branding is a part of that. Here they do a nice job with their logo. Other people are integrating their logo into the bigger picture that you see up top. It's just very, very important. If we go to the next slide on how to fill the theater, you really need to engage your social networks. You need to turn your friends into fans and your fans into followers. Basically, you need to be putting out content that portrays you as the expert in what you do. There's a good percentage that I like to use. It's 80% information and 20% self-promotion. If you're just putting out self-promoting material all the time, people are not going to follow you, and your engagement rates are going to drop. And the important thing about having engagement is when people like or comment on the posts that you're putting out there, that goes into their news feed. More people are seeing that, more people are coming to their page, and you're going to end up with more followers. So, make sure that the content that you're putting out there is things that people actually want to see. And
you want me to click on this thing?
Yeah, that would be
you want me to
click on.
Okay, so I'm going to click on this little Twitter ad.
Yeah,
that was there for Cascade.
Yep, that is a Twitter banner that Cascade has right in their website. It's really important that you don't just have the social media boxes up at the top of your website, but that you actually have some of the social media content on your website. That's going to put a little bit more interest into people's minds that are visiting your website and encourage them to go ahead and actually visit and follow your social media channels, because you're actually giving them some sort of content versus just the boxes up at the top of the page. You also need to constantly keep the conversation flowing. A lot of the times people will get really excited after this call. You're going to go and you're going to start posting to all of your social media channels or setting them up, and then you might forget about it in a couple weeks. And it's really too bad, because you're going to start getting followers and start getting people engaged, and you don't want to leave them empty-handed. So once you start, you just need to be consistent. Another really great thing that you can do is CPC advertising, and we'll get into that in a little bit. The next thing I want to talk about is launching a contest. Facebook and other social media channels, you can really grow an audience with a little bit of give and take. You give something away as part of the contest, but in return, you're getting information from your fans. So, for instance, you can do a contest with using one of these apps that I have up top, Vertigo and Wildfire. I would encourage you to take a look at Vertigo and Wildfire. They're two great contest apps that you can use for Facebook. They have a low cost to them to use them, and in return, you're able to get all of the email addresses, names, information from everybody who signs up for your contest. You can then send all those people your newsletter, send them your marketing materials. It's a great way to build up your email Rolodex for your customers. And you can also ask questions through these contest apps. You can get important feedback from your customers about what kind of products they like, or package design. I've done that before with some of the brands I've worked with, and I've been able to get feedback and go ahead and create successful package design as a result of it. But if you don't have the budget to do any kind of contest app, we can go to the Westchester Green Business Challenge Facebook page right now, and if you click on that, and you can see a contest that we've set up right on the Westchester Green Business Challenge Facebook page. All we did was we asked people to caption the simple photo. It's a very easy contest for people to enter. It doesn't require them to do a lot of work. We've got several great comments here and a lot of engagement as a result, because we said whoever gets the most likes will win the contest. We gave a very easy prize. It doesn't cost anything, per se. You can be creative with your pricing. It doesn't really have to be something that's going to break the bank on you. Another thing that you can do is you can find another business to partner with on a contest. You guys can share the cost of the pricing and share the cost of the apps as well. We can go to the next slide.
I just wanted to show what you had, Brittany. Okay, well, two things. One is Michael Joseph got the most, which was rise above the waist, which I think was really cool. But most importantly, because Scott and I were like, oh, well, it really didn't get that much attention, but I'm showing everybody how the reach just from the contest went up to 867 people reached the week of July 30th to August 5th, as compared to like the week before, which was, July 25th to the 31st was 207. So, and you want to explain how that happened?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that is, you had the largest number of engagement as well as reach that you've ever had on your page, and it's just because of this simple contest. Basically what happens is you have two numbers, engagement and reach, that are monitored in your Facebook Insights that you can click on up at the top of your Facebook page. And with the engagement number, that is generated by the number of people that view and like and comment on your Facebook posts. And then the reach numbers is calculated because of those people who have engaged their networks that they have out there. So because those 19 people liked and commented on that contest post, that then went into their newsfeed, and that's how we get that larger reach number. And that's wonderful because it reached that many people. And Annie, I'm sure you saw a nice increase in your fan numbers as a result of this contest.
Yep.
So that's definitely a positive of having the contest. And I would encourage you to, get started with doing a contest as soon as you can. Even if you don't, like I said, have the budget to use an app, you can do something really simple like Danny did. Another cool thing that I've seen done is some people will ask people to submit photos or submit artistic content, and they are able to take that content that's been submitted and use it for things like their banner photo on their Facebook page. It's just another way of having your fans kind of do the work for you and giving them some recognition in return.
Okay.
We'll move on to the next slide.
Yep.
Creating a coupon. A coupon, like a contest, is a great way to get engagement. But one of the interesting things out there, people are constantly monitoring stats for social media. Coupons actually get a higher response rate and higher engagement rate than even a giveaway does. And, I'm always surprised at this because with a giveaway, you're getting something completely free. With a coupon, people still need to purchase things, but people love coupons. And that's great for you as a business owner because then they're still going to be purchasing something from you. So it's driving point of purchase, and it's going to increase your engagement on your Facebook page. And again, apps like Wildfire or Votigo, and there's another app called Involver that you can check out. These can all help you to put a coupon on your Facebook page for very low cost. And we'll talk later about briefly about Foursquare, which you can put offers and coupons up for free. And I want you to take note of this link, facebook.com/help/offers. Check out their video. They're going to be launching very slowly, rolling it out right now in beta form, offers through Facebook, kind of like check-in deals used to be, but this is different. This is for everybody, whether you have a actual place, a firm place of business or not. These are just going to be offers that you can put out to your fans, and those are going to be rolling out over the next couple of months. So definitely watch that video and be prepared for those to be coming on board. And the next slide, we'll move on.
Did you want me to click on Dominican Sisters, or did you want to make a point about that, or no?
Yeah, you don't need to click into it, but what I will make the point about Dominican Sisters is they have gone ahead and merged their Facebook place with their Facebook page, which is something that I would encourage you to do, because that allows people to then check in when they come to your place of business. And although, like I said, Facebook is only doing offers now, they're not doing check-in deals like they used to, it's still a good thing to have people be able to check in at your place of business, because then that goes into their newsfeed, and all of their friends are going to see that they checked in there, and that's going to drive more traffic over to your Facebook page. So if you haven't already claimed your Facebook place, I would encourage you to do so, and I would encourage you to merge it with your Facebook page. And I'm happy to answer questions afterwards individually. You can email me about how to do that, or you can go into Facebook Help and just search for that question, and the step-by-step is right there. But I can also email it to you as well if you want the step-by-step on how to merge those two together.
Okay.
We'll go to the next page.
Yeah. Yep, I'm there.
Wonderful. This is about Foursquare. Again, if you haven't already secured your Foursquare spot, definitely go on to Foursquare and secure your business location as soon as you can. A lot of people are actually going onto Foursquare before they decide where they're going to go or where they're going to dine out, and they're saying, okay, well, where are their deals available? And that's making their decision on where they're going to go. So this is a way for you to put check-in discounts, check-in freebies, rewards out there to your customers. And this is for anyone. You don't have to be a restaurant. You don't have to be an entertainment venue. Anybody can do this. A friend of mine, Lauren Amsterdam, who runs a marketing firm, she does check-in deals for people that come in to have a consultation with her. She gives them a free slice of banana bread and a coffee. It's just an interesting way to kind of drive traffic into your place of business. And this site is so user-friendly. I was able to teach someone in 5 minutes how to use it that had never used Foursquare before. So if you go on there, it's very, very user-friendly. You can do things like offer percentage discounts, which will help generate business for you. Instead of just giving something away for free, again, you're making them actually have to purchase something. And you can do repeat business sizes. They're called repeat business discounts, and they are discounts. So for people who check in repeatedly, you can offer them something a little bit more special. And if you are, a local business, I would encourage you to Google the American Express Shop Local campaign. They're syncing up people's American Express cards to Foursquare right now so that they can offer 10% discounts when people check in. It's a really great program that's going on right now. All right, we're going to take a quick look, just a specific example of Blue Pig ice cream. If you can click on
okay, let me go back. Let me go back. And Brittany, I know that it's hard because you're on conference. You got to speak into the whatever. It's a little hard to hear you. Okay. I know that we're have audio challenge going on. Okay. 1 second.
So, do we have it up, Danny?
There it is.
Okay, great.
But we got it. Yep.
Wonderful. So what I want to tell everyone about on the Blue Pig is it's great. They have photos loaded in. They've had a lot of check-ins. You can see they've had 255 check-ins, which is great, 123 different people. So by looking at that, you can see they've had repeat business because of Foursquare check-ins. They have someone who's checked in 11 times. It's the mayor, and I'm sure they've given that person a reward. And you've got photos. If you scroll down, there's several reviews on there, positive reviews. Positive reviews can do wonders for your business. And from reputable companies as well, like Bloomingdale's gave them a review. I mean, that's a great testimonial right there. The one thing that I would encourage Blue Pig to do, I don't know if they're on this call or not, would be to, where you see the ice cream cone icon, they can load in their own photo image. So really, when you set up these different check-in spots, whether it's Facebook Places, whether it's Foursquare, whether it's your patch site, make sure that you load in everything that you possibly can. Take control of your site. Make sure all of your address and phone and website information is consistent, because this will end up helping to improve your search engine optimization as well. That's another bonus benefit of being on all of these social media channels, is that it helps improve your SEO.
Okay.
I'm going to move on to the next slide. It's going to talk about running a low-cost CPC ad campaign. I realize that no one has social media budgets set aside right now. It's a hard thing to do. But Facebook, when you get your page going, most people get a $50 CPC coupon to get started, and you should definitely take advantage of it. And if you can, set aside $50 here and there to do some CPC advertising, you will reap the benefits. What CPC advertising means is cost per click. So when you put an ad out there, you don't get charged unless somebody actually clicks on it. So it's a great way to get visibility, and the only time you're spending money is when people actually click. That means, though, that you really need to keep a close eye on your ad, because you want to make sure that everybody who clicks on it does become a fan. Otherwise, you are wasting your money. So you want to keep a close eye on the number of people who clicked to the number of people who fanned it. And Facebook provides very user-friendly insights when you set up this ad campaign. And I always say, if it's not over 85% of the people who clicked on it that ended up liking your page, you just need to go back and do something different. You can set your spend limits. You can set your demographics. You can set people's interests. And the ads specifically target people who fit into those demographics, interests that you have allotted there. So it's a really great thing to look into. We can move on to the next page.
Okay.
I would encourage everybody to get a YouTube channel going. YouTube is the number 2 search engine.
We're on a Twitter. We're on Twitter, unless I went too far.
Oh no, my thing jumped ahead one too many. I'm sorry. We're going to actually talk about Twitter now. If you don't have a Twitter page set up, I would say after Facebook, it's definitely one of the most important social media channels that you can jump into. Twitter, I like to look at it as your headline and then your article. You only have 140 characters, so what would your headline be if you could write one for your story that you're sharing? and then you want to share a link, whether it's a link to an article, a video, a photo. Twitter is really a great way to show your expertise with your followers. And another way you can kind of step up sharing that expertise is to have a weekly or monthly Twitter chat. So here we have Yonkers Tennis Center's Twitter page. You can see they've done a really beautiful job bringing their consistent branding into both the background and the logo. It's a very polished looking Twitter page. They have a nice number of followers for a local business, and something that they could do to take their Twitter page to the next level is they could have a Twitter chat every week or maybe once a month with tennis experts giving advice and tips to people. So the people who go to the Yonkers Tennis Center could sign on. There could be a hashtag that's being used to promote this event, like maybe pound Yonkers tennis experts, just making something up. You can get creative with it. And you could have different tennis pros on there answering people's questions. And you can take that example and use it for any business out there. There's always an area of expertise that you have and always a way to promote it with a Twitter chat. And the other thing, too, you can do is you can have a Twitter party if you have a big event or sale coming up. And, again, you want to use one of those custom hashtags. We had a Twitter party back at the Westchester Business Council for the 40 Under 40 that we had. And we did pound 40 Under 40. We had a big Twitter party to celebrate all of the rising stars. And we gave away some great giveaways. And we had great response to that. So now we'll move on to YouTube. Yep. Danny, are we on the next slide?
Yeah, yes, we're there.
Okay, great. So YouTube, as I mentioned, is the #2 search engine, but it's also connected into Google. So by having videos on YouTube and having your keywords along with and good descriptions along with all of your videos, you're going to help improve your search engine optimization once again. You don't need expensive equipment, and you don't need to hire someone to do video. It's great. It's always nice to have the most polished product out there, but I know it's not feasible. And with smartphones and foot cams and inexpensive HD video cameras, there's just no reason that you can't do some video on your own. It's a great way to show your expertise once again. You can share customer testimonials. And you can take these videos and then you can put them on your other social media channels. You can embed them into your newsletter that's going out every week or every month. They're a great asset to have, a great shareable asset. And again, just like every other social media channel, you can customize your YouTube channel. And you can see here, if we click into it, this is Purchase College's YouTube channel. And Purchase College has just done a beautiful job taking the same type of theme that you see on all of their other social media channels on their website and conveying it here in YouTube. So you feel like you are on Purchase College's YouTube channel when you're there. There's no question who that belongs to. And the other really great thing that they've done is they've created a lot of interesting videos about the college, and they've gotten a lot of views as a result of them. I'd say that this is a really successful YouTube channel and definitely one to look at when you are building your own. Okay, we'll move on to the next slide. Whenever you're good, Danny.
Yep, Pinterest.
Okay. The next slide is about Pinterest. I'm sure most of you haven't yet set up a Pinterest page. I think we only have a couple of them in the Green Business Challenge. But whether you are a visual business or not, they are a great way to kind of share your visual story. So obviously, it's kind of a no-brainer if you are, say, an architect or a contracting company. I know we have a couple of those on here. You show the beautiful work that you've done. You organize them into nice albums that make sense, that have interesting titles. But even if you don't have the most visual service, there's a great, there's a way that you can share your visual story. Are there a way that you can have your pictures tell the story of what you believe in? Another way that I like to think about it is pretend, you had an office space. What would be on your wall? that's what you should be putting in your Pinterest page. It's just another way to kind of share your beliefs and share your story. And again, Pinterest is one of the fastest growing social media channels out there. They do allow you to put keywords into your photo descriptions. So again, it will help to improve your search engine optimization. And you can sync Pinterest with Facebook. So instead of having to upload your pictures to a million different locations, you can just sync Pinterest with Facebook and have Pinterest act as your photo album on Facebook.
And I was going to jump in. Go ahead.
Sure. No, go ahead, Danny.
No, what I was going to say is that, Brittany, turned me onto Pinterest. And I was like, I have no time to even deal with a whole other social media thing. But I saw really quickly how valuable it was. So many of you on the call have been to Green Drinks Westchester. So like one of the first things that I did is I just created this board about all of these boards are about Green Drinks Westchester and where we've all been. So let's say we go click on this one. And so basically what I did is I took every single Green Drinks Westchester event, and I'd already had pictures that are on my website, but really nobody sees them because they're sort of buried. And now I've taken them, and this is not a great example, but I've put the photo galleries on all of, on every one of the pages. So, and I'm also in the middle of creating one for the Westchester Green Business Challenge, and I could really, really see the value of doing this, and I had no idea. So I'm going to eventually put the Pinterest link onto my website, but I'll do that soon. But it's really, really quite, I think, a very, very valuable social media tool.
Absolutely. I think one of the cool things is that, unlike a lot of the other social media channels, people are spending an average of 89 minutes on there interacting each visit. So I don't know any other channel that people spend that much time on at one fell swoop. So it's a great way to really get people to stay and interact with you. Now we'll take a quick look at LinkedIn. I would definitely encourage you to be on LinkedIn. I mean, the Westchester Green Business Challenge has a LinkedIn group. The Business Council has a LinkedIn group. It's just a great way to interact with people within what you're doing. It's not so much your B2C, it's more of your B2B interaction. And it's important to have that. LinkedIn is a really good way to find trusted vendors because other people have reviewed them, people that you know, so you can definitely trust them. It's also a great way to share your expertise within the business community versus out to your consumers. So obviously, you approach that a little bit differently than you would, say, Facebook or Twitter. You can start your own group centered around your expertise. You can have frequent conversations, get your employees involved, and a lot of the times I've heard from people that having this forum to share their expertise in the business community leads to really great things like partners and investors, and also business with other businesses. And I would encourage you to share your best content on LinkedIn. If you have blogs, you can post them on there. Your videos from YouTube, you can share them on there. It really does do well. And you can see with this chart some of the ways that LinkedIn has really impacted businesses.
Yeah, and I mean,
do you have anything to add, LinkedIn?
I'm just going to say, for Green Team Spirit, I am a business-to-business company, and I think LinkedIn is absolutely amazing. I have over 900 people that I'm connected to, and it's just, and it's great because when somebody connects to you, and it's something I haven't been great at, but I need to really work on, connect right back to them. Once they connect to you, don't miss the opportunity to go and connect right back to them and say, thanks for connecting with me, and maybe come up with a way that maybe you could do business together. But especially if you're business to business, I think that it's just fabulous. And, we do have a LinkedIn group for the Green Business Challenge, and I'm going to encourage everybody to contribute more to that. And I also did start a LinkedIn group for Green Team Spirit. And, again, I encourage you to do the same because I think that it's just a great way to engage in conversation with, your target audience if it is business.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm going to move on to Google+.
Yes, Google+. It's the social media platform that nobody wants to use. But it is growing. It's growing slowly. But there's been some statistics out there that shows that people have had more of a positive experience using Google+ than they have with Facebook. And I personally feel that in the coming year, we're going to see a shift in which social media channels are in and which are out. And I think it's wise to at least get yourself on Google+. You know, I'm not saying to put your effort into it as you are into the other social media channels like Facebook and Twitter, but just establish yourself on there. One way that I'm encouraging a lot of people to use it is as a blog. A lot of people already have a blog on their website. You can just take that same content, post it into Google+, and it helps because it's filled with keywords. It will help improve your SEO. It's obviously connected to Google. And you're able to reap the benefits of Google+ without wasting your time. And if we just click in, Danny, to what Atria Senior Living has done, I think that they've done a beautiful job with their Google+ page. You know, they're not posting like crazy on there by any means, and I wouldn't encourage you to do that. But what they have done is they've loaded in some beautiful photos. They've loaded in their logo. They've filled out all of their description information with rich keywords, and they've, put it up there. So they've established themselves on Google+. It's there if Google takes off for them. It's helping them improve their SEO, but they're not wasting their time. And I think they're a great example of what you can temporarily do with your Google+ account just to have it established. Okay. And then we'll move on to one of my last two slides. I don't know if you've heard of Kickstarter, but Kickstarter is a way that any business, you don't have to be a not-for-profit, can get funding. All you need is a good video. Again, it doesn't have to be expensive. It can be self-made. It just needs to be compelling to tell your story about why you need funding. You should pick a very specific, very attainable goal. And if you think, to yourself, I would never be able to get funding because of this, I wouldn't be so doubting, because there's a couple of local businesses that have been reported on in the media that have done a great job. One of them was a donut company, and the other one was a brewery, and both of them were able to get a good chunk of funding to get their business or get their specific project going. So if you have something specific in mind that you need funding for, I would definitely look into Kickstarter, because right now it's kind of hot, and people are going there to donate small amounts, $25, $50. Eventually, I'm sure, like everything else, it will fizzle out, but I would take advantage of Kickstarter while it's kind of still the hot thing out there. Okay. And then my last slide that I have is just on crisis management. I'm just going to quickly say a word of wisdom is always respond to your fans daily. A lot of the times they might say something negative. Unless it's malicious and specifically hurtful to a person or just complete bashing that isn't true, don't delete it. Respond. Take it as an opportunity to show that you're the bigger person. Respond with something positive. And I can tell you this, that if you respond positively, your fans on Facebook, on Twitter, are going to come to your rescue, and they're also going to comment and share their positive experiences. If you don't respond, I've seen it happen to some of the biggest giants out there. It's led to their downfall. One example was the Susan J. Komen Foundation. When they pulled their support of Planned Parenthood, it led to chaos on their page, and they just ignored it for days. And it led to a lot of backlash. So I would just say respond and don't delete. And that's kind of my my final word. I'm going to kick it back to you, Danny.
All right, Brittany, thank you so much, and stay with me as I do my short piece here. So now I just really want to talk about building the Westchester Green Business Challenge community and connecting and growing. So first of all, I know that probably half of our companies are not using social media. So I hope that you just got, a whole feeling and the information from Brittany that, there's really no reason not to be on social media. So if you're, just starting in the beginning, that's fine. So we encourage you to get on. And the other thing is that if you're on the call and you're not registered and taking the Westchester Green Business Challenge, that is the first step in being part of this whole group and program. So you're going to be getting this presentation is going to be posted on the WGBC website, and every single one of these photos has a link. So you can go on and link on it and go right to the registration page. That's the first thing that we would recommend that you do. The member directory that we have created, and Scott has created on the WGBC website, actually I'm going to click onto it because this thing is just really very, very valuable. And if you're not utilizing it, you really should be. Okay, so basically we have a couple of featured companies always at the top, and these featured companies today are two of our sponsors, Pernod Ricard and Rexon. But the companies are listed in alphabetical order, and you've got their mapping location, the contact name, phone number, email address, and website. And then you can actually click into a full profile of each of the companies and then even learn more about them. So, you might want to do business with each other, but at the very least, we don't at the moment have this in like a downloadable spreadsheet form, which which is on our future list. But you know what, we've got a few hundred companies on here, and it's definitely worth it if you want to communicate. I wouldn't say communicate with everybody, but go through the list and look at those companies who you think that you would like to do business with and get in touch with each other. These are all, people and companies that have that are participating in the challenge, and so they've all those with the logo have definitely filled out a scorecard, and so you have a lot of common interests, and really maybe you can begin to connect with each other. So I would highly encourage you to go through the member directory and use it as a wonderful tool. Okay, and then we've created all these social media platforms. So the Westchester Green Business, and these icons are like you can see here in the second little box on the left. We have the icons on the website. So if you have not done so already, please go and like us, follow us, and all that. And then more than that, join in the conversation. Go to the LinkedIn group. Tell us what you're doing. Engage with other people on here. When you've got something, and we'd like it to really be about what you're doing with your business that's green, how you're making improvements, in energy efficiency, or how you're reducing waste or saving water, and any of your activities. And we're really, the reason that we want you to communicate with each other is because we want you to learn from each other. We don't want anybody to reinvent the wheel. And we just really encourage you to go and share your accomplishments, or ask questions, or share resources, or share things that aren't working for you, and maybe people can jump in and help you out. So another way to connect is we've just posted Refer the WGBC, making it very easy for you now to, maybe you're thinking about one of your, so if you go onto the left, you can see in the drop-down it says Refer Us. Maybe there's a company in your supply chain. Maybe there's a colleague. So what we've done is posted these sample letters that you can copy and paste and email to those who you would like to participate in the program. So this one is a general business contact letter. And then we have one that's an example of a property manager letter. So if you're a tenant and you would like your property manager to take the business challenge just like you are, and help you along as a tenant with your green goals, then that's a great thing that you can do. And also you do get points on the scorecard for referrals. Attend a live networking event. We're definitely going to have one late September, early October, so stay tuned. But we attract about 120, 150 business professionals at our breakfast, and it's always a very interesting panel, and so that's a way to network with each other face to face. Let us know if you're having an event, and we're happy to post it on our calendar. And we do have companies that have added the WGBC logo to their website, and we encourage you to do that. If you put our logo on the website with a link back to the Westchester Grain Business Challenge, it's just another way to show what you're doing and to engage other people in the program. So that's pretty much what I had to add to what Brittany said. The contact page is on the website. You can always contact us, at our emails or call. That's fine. So, Scott, Brittany, anybody have more to add before we go to start answering questions?
I'm good. No.
Yeah, okay. Are we on top of the questions? Have we looked?
If anyone else has any questions to add, we encourage you to type them in the box now, and we'll spend a few minutes answering any questions. We're going to look here and see if we have any.
Okay. Otherwise, I think people can raise their hands right now.
Okay, we just had a question. A question just came in on how to attract followers to their Twitter feed or to their Twitter account. Can someone talk about maybe techniques to get more Twitter followers?
Sure, absolutely. The first thing that you should do with Twitter and any social media account for that matter is make sure that your links are on any traditional contact that you're putting out, whether it's a newsletter, whether it's your business card, whether it's little handouts that you're giving out at your office. Also make sure your website has your icons and all of your social media have the other social media channel links on them. Then, you should be also, promoting your Twitter account in, Facebook posts now and then. Want to join our weekly Twitter chat, post that on Facebook in your Facebook, timeline and let people know that they can come over to Twitter for additional information. But that's a free way to promote your Twitter channel, is just making sure that you're linking it everywhere possible. There's also various Twitter directories out there. You can Google Twitter directory, and you'll see that there's several of them available. You should be listing your Twitter account in the Twitter directory under your appropriate category so that people can find you that way. And my final suggestion would be to tweet at other businesses and colleagues that you think might be interested in following you and letting them know that you're out there. And if you follow them, it's a general courtesy for them to follow you back. So just get in the habit of following people, tweeting at them, and they'll do the same in response.
And that was really right.
What were you going to say, sir?
No, I'm sorry to interrupt, but this is Scott again. I was just going to say that was the best way that we've grown our number of followers in Twitter. Is the more that we've followed, the more followers we've attracted. So that was very successful for us.
Exactly.
And I guess, Britt,
you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Scott, are you there? Good with Scott. Okay, Scott is gone. Okay, I'm not sure what happened there. How much step? Okay, let me go. Now we're getting a few of these. So,
welcome to GoToWebinar, web events made easy.
There?
Hi, this is Scott. Can you hear me?
Yes. Now
I'm sorry, my phone got disconnected, so unfortunately Brittany is now gone as well, but that's okay. We can continue. We just have a couple more questions we can handle.
Okay, what do you think about Instagram? I'm definitely going to have Brittany answer that one after. How do you get in touch with Brittany with questions after today's webinar? I'm going to go and, we are definitely going to send her contact information to everyone, but I'm going to look it up right now while we're on. And then Anne is asking how much staff time would you need to be allocated to keep an effective social media campaign consistently going. Small organization, you're concerned about how much time it would take to do social media properly. I think that once it's all up and running, that it could be as little as a half an hour a day. I think what happens is you just have to get everything set up, and it'll definitely be more time up front. But once it's running, then you set yourself a schedule, and I actually have someone has sent me a really great little timeline schedule that you just go to and address each channel. Like Facebook, you should address every day. Twitter, probably take a look at every day. YouTube, not as often. But I think you can really get down to a half an hour a day. And I think the trick is the consistency, not necessarily spending a whole day on it like once a week. I think it's spending a little bit of time on it every day. Okay, and I'm going to give you Brittany's email address in 1 second.
We can also send it as part of the follow-up, Danny, when we send the presentation.
Sure. No, we'll definitely do that.
Okay.
We'll definitely do that. And, yeah, so any questions, but I'm just going to give it to you anyway. So it's it says Brittany Oates Sarah, BRITTOAT@gmail.com. And we'll also send that to you after.
You know what? We'll add her information to the PowerPoint itself that we're going to be sending to everyone.
Yeah. So I hope this is okay as far as that you guys are able to hear. Okay, and we had to pinch hit one more time with a little bit of the technical difficulties, but hopefully that worked out. And I think the information that Brittany provided us is great. So I think that should probably wrap it up. It's 12:57. It's almost an hour. And any other questions that you have, just please send them to us, and we will be sure that they're answered.
Okay.
All right, Scott, anything else?
That's it. Thanks, everyone. We'll definitely be in touch. Bye-bye, and have a great day.